sure that it's at least here and here.
Wow. Put your attention.
It needs to be here. You need to get here. You need to get here first. You take that. You need to get here. You need to get here first. That's the first switch. That's where you say throw the switch. Throw the switch, right? Get here. Boom. Now whatever you're doing here and whatever you can do here is where you place your attention. See what I'm saying? If you put it down here and try to put all that attention on some stuff you can't do anything about, you're gonna send yourself on this justified wild goose chase that, like I said, you could pick up 2 or 3 million people that hate bike riders. You can play down here your whole life, and then you could even get a star on the Hollywood Star saying, hey, she was the bike hater. All you need is 50,000 fans and you can get your star up there. I intend on having one before I'm dead. Just 50,000, that's all I need. The point is, see what I'm talking about? So you need to get it up here. So if the fundamental basis on your attention needs to get you here, you need to get here. And from here, you can devise what it is you need to do next. Right? And let's say a good example is when I write a script. It's the easiest way to direct my attention. Like I can disappear for weeks and not even and love it and don't give a fuck about anything that goes on, or care about the bills I'm not paying, or care about the people I'm pissing off, or care about you guys.
Not coming to class.
Well, I would go to class, but I'd be looking at you guys giving me ideas about what I need to do. See what I mean? The point is everything's about funnels through what it is that I'm doing. Well, everything's feeding me. Life, the stimulus, the phone calls, not just phone calls, it's not just life, it's not just teaching, it's keeping my creative wheels going to solve problems or not problems, but challenges that I have that I'm creating. Everything's about that, right? For an artist, that's all it is. You guys receive life, and then you use that experience to create your art. That's what you do. But as a writer, it's easy for me to sit there and wait. And keep my attention. And just be there with that material. And let that material start to open itself up to me. You guys are behavioral artists. What's most important is you're able to take action. That means you need to keep your attention on some of the tasks that I give you long enough until they become part of your day-to-day, moment-to-moment existence. How many different homework exercises have I given you guys? 50. Throw the switch when you walk through a doorway. Number one exercise that I could possibly give you. Number one. Because why? Because every time you walk through a doorway, you want to throw that switch. Why? Because when you walk through the doorway of your trailer, or you walk through the doorway of that set, or you walk through the doorway of an audition room, you become like a Pavlov's dog and you start to salivate. But your salivation is not actual drool, it's opportunity. Open yourself up to the room, and that makes you salivate. It's an opportunity. And then what does that do? Well, that encourages your well-being. That encourages your power. That encourages your understanding of what you're doing there. And you're there to help these people with a problem that they have. They need somebody to play a role that they have in a movie. You're there to help them. That's the proper relationship. And so in doing that, you serve them. And by doing that, you create your space. And you're able to share your work from that mindset. But without throwing that switch, or having thrown that switch out there, or having thrown the switch a month ago, and guess what? When you get good at this, you could have thrown it a month ago and not let go of it for a month once you get good at directing your attention, which makes you really powerful. You can keep your attention directed on your freedom and your well-being, and maintain that and do everything in your power to maintain the body, take care of the body, just like you're taking care of the people around you in order for to give you the best opportunity. But guess what? Just because his body hurts doesn't mean that you give up your well-being. Your body can be destroyed and you can still maintain your proper perspective in relation to it. You can have compassion for the pain in your body. You can be proactive in healing yourself from that perspective. But the point is if you don't know what that is, you need to know what this feels like when it's not hurting. And hopefully you guys can get that to that point, to know what this is when it's not hurting. Hopefully you're healthy enough to have a healthy body to give you at least a reference point. But if you don't, then you have to work with the pain that you have in your body and have a different relationship in relation to it, so you don't have to take it personally. See what I mean? You want to take that pain in your body personally. The body's doing its best it can. You want to have compassion for it, and it'll heal quicker. Yeah, there's a whole other thing. So you can now think creatively and not be threatened. See, that's why that's the first homework assignment. Now I know you guys haven't been doing it, otherwise you'd be better than you are. Because I gave that assignment. Some of you have known you for years. I gave that assignment to you fucking 15 years ago. Da Vinci, had you been doing that for 15 years, you'd float in here with a halo over your head, and you'd be 6 inches off the ground, and you'd be my teacher, and you are my teacher. But the point I'm trying to say is, you just be the living example. And if I could do that, I'd do the same. I try, but oh God, I fail. Got me? But if you can do it, then you're living on the other side, and then you know what it is to be powerful. Because just like our man, Mr. Tebow, is deep in his faith right now and understands who he is in relation to the world and what he's doing in it, you're not going to rattle that man. You're not going to fool him into thinking that he doesn't value or know where his joy rests or how he makes himself, maintains his well-being. He'll smile at you and run you over. And then come back after he scores a touchdown, pick you up and say, "You all right, man? Let me help you out. You all right? That was a good play, huh?" How you not love a guy like that? What do you think he goes down and he does this for? Why is he Tebow? What does that mean? What's he doing?
He's going within, but he's...
You better know. What's he doing?
Tebow in his brain.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
He's bringing himself back to this place.
Absolutely.
He celebrates. He loses himself for a moment. Rah, he does the incredible Hulk flex because he's powerful, and he finds himself down here, and he gets himself right back here so that he can gain perspective and keep things in check, so that he knows what he needs to do next. So he can wait for divine intervention to guide him to his next action. But that's just existing from here to here. You see what I mean? It's existing from here to here. He knows he has to be effective, he needs to be in here. Right? You're not gonna love a guy like that. You gotta have your own little thing that you do. I'm saying throw it when you walk through the door. Right? I'm saying maintain your well-being. You're given this exercise of vroom, which is the essence of well-being. Right? Power is power of the mind. Power of directing your attention, your awareness has to do with this. This proper use of your mind is directing your awareness and your attention. Directing it, redirecting it. When it goes south and you catch yourself, you have the tools to go in, correct, create a balance in yourself, and that's directing your attention. That makes you powerful. It allows you to identify an issue, correct the issue so you can have a balance as quick as possible. Quick as possible, quick as possible, quick as possible. That way, let's say you get thrown, boom. Okay. You know how to take space. You know how to stop. You know how to take a moment. You know how to find your way back into the present. You know how to fill back up. Let the creative mind take back over. You move ahead in your freedom. Right? Well, there are many exercises that I give you. I can't even think of them. It's too many. Okay? But that's the first one. Last week was rule number 1. Accepting the space 360 environment. And I've taught this to you guys forever. But last week I hope you had a new appreciation of it. Mm-hmm. Last week was very powerful relative to your experience of this space. But it's only powerful in relation to your ability to be powerful. If you are not powerful, you cannot be here. Mm. You're up here, you can act anything. You're down here, you're limited to this. Up here, you can act anything. You can be anything. And choose. Down here, you don't have a choice. It has you. Up here, you have it. Down here, it has you. Up here, you have it. Down here, it has you. You have it. Circumstances have you. You have the circumstances. Actor. Independent, autonomous entity that makes choices and takes action and does. Down here, helpless victim, preyed upon by environment, left to be a pitiful little worm in the barrel of life, consumed by other pitiful worms, thinking that everything's good because you have a bunch of worms around you. Up here, independent, autonomous, recognizing greatness,